Now, from Marks Tey, the only doctor you could get was at Coggeshall, at 5 miles away. And if anybody was ill in the village, someone had to cycle over there, and he would come by pony and truck. If a woman had a baby, there was only the village self-trained midwife. There was no such things as midwives or all that sort of thing then. And there was no money. You just had to pay the doctor and make it right with the midwife. There was no other money. People hadn't got money because they were so poorly paid. There was no money. And the children, I remember the children coming to school and faint in the class because they hadn't had good food to come to school with. Probably a piece of bread and jam or something like that.
Can you tell us about the doctor's surgery? Did he have a local?
Yeah. Now, when the doctor came from Coggeshall to Marks Tey, he came there once a week, and a woman in the road would let him hit a room with a sort of a big cupboard in it, and that was full of different coloured stuffs in bottles, and then he'd have a jug of water brought in by her, and we all had to stand outside and then go in one at a time, and he would just look at you and take your pulse and put your tongue out instead of your tongue and all that sort of thing, and he'd put some of this medicine in a bottle and fill it up with water, and you just walked out with it, and that's all there was there. Yeah.
And how often did he do that?
He used to come once a week on a Monday, no days, but middle of the day.
Yes. Did people die, you know, in unusual
Oh,
circumstances?
yes, they used to, definitely, and they used to die in agony. I can remember a man in the road, next to the road, and he used to scream and rave because he was in such pain. And in those days, the roads being rough and all the wheels having iron tyres and all that sort of thing, used to make a lot of noise. They used to lay straw down in front of the house, so you knew what was the trouble was in those days. And they used to say all sorts of things in the old village. They used to have all sorts of superstitions, and they used to say that as he was a wicked old man and used to swear and all that kind of thing, it was God paying him for what being so bad and all that sort of thing, you know. Yeah.
Well, what sort of illnesses did the children have?
Well, a lot of it in those days was TB. It was rife amongst all people. It was nothing for someone to have a bad cough, and people used to say, you know what that is, and that sort of thing. Of course, later on they had sanatoriums for them, didn't they?